Hey guys, I got a topic for you. So today I was reading online, Adventure Rider or ADVrider.com. There was an article about what is the best motorcycle for an around the world trip. And it was a pretty good read. I'll put a link to it down in the description. And the guy's name is Paulo, and I don't know his last name, or I didn't write down his website or anything like that, but I'll put, you'll see the article. If you go look at it, you'll get all that information. So he goes back and forth about different types of motorcycles and everything else, and the bottom line he was trying to make is the best motorcycle for an around the world journey is the one that you currently own, to be quite frank. And a lot of the comments on there were interesting. You know, some people were beating him up a little bit about, you know, that's not true, this is a better motorcycle than the one you got, the whole 9 yards. But I think they were missing his point, is that if you want to do a journey on a motorcycle and you already own a motorcycle, just plan for the bike that you have. There's no need in going up and trying to figure out which motorcycle you should get. That's another analogy on there. I think it was somebody that commented. It said basically that's like somebody asking you what are the best pair of shoes. Well, you know, for you, for me, for him, for her, it depends on the individual. And I thought that was a pretty interesting article, and it makes you think. You know, you don't have to have the latest and greatest technology in a motorcycle to do a long trip. I mean, if you think back to the 70s or even before, I think actually there was a round the world trip done on a Harley Davidson. I don't remember, back even before, I don't even want to lie and think, but it was like 30s, 40s, maybe the 20s. I don't remember, but it was done on an older motorcycle. And you know, technology at the time was good, but by today's standards it was ancient. And the fact is, you know, we get caught up in technology these days, and technology 10 years ago is not going to get you out of trouble today, which is complete BS. Because we all have had vehicles that were outdated and still ran and got us from point A to B, and if that vehicle was brand new, I'm not talking going and getting something that's ragged out now, but if it's a reliable motorcycle, you should be fine. And you don't have to go out and buy you know, a $30,000 motorcycle and put another $10,000 worth of accessories on it to make a long journey. Anyway, I don't want to harp on that too long, but yeah, go check out that article, and I'll put a link to it in the description. And another thing, I know this is on probably a lot of people's bucket list who have an ADV bike or even a dirt bike, or I've seen guys on Harleys with some knobby tires ride it. It's the Trans-American Trail right here in the United States. To me, it reminds me of the Appalachian Trail and the Pacific, the PCT, the Pacific Coast Trail. You know, those are things that a lot of us wish we were younger and wish we had the ability to go do them, and you know, etc., etc., etc. But the fact is, you know, that's something that takes months to complete. But the Trans-American Trail, I'm sure that if you've got an ADV bike, it has crossed your mind to want to do it. And I'm just curious how many ADV riders out there have thought about it, or even if you're not currently riding an adventure bike or a dirt bike, you know, you can still get a motorcycle and ride that trip. And I was thinking today, you know, you think of these things like, man, I don't have that much time to spare, but you know, you don't have to do the whole thing. Why can't you do a section of it near where you live? I mean, now granted, you're not going to you know, get an award for saying I completed the Trans-American Trail from one coast to the other, but you know, maybe you get 3 or 4 days worth on a trail, you know, maybe through a couple of states near you, something that's feasible for you to be able to take the time off. And I was just curious who out there would be interested in doing something like that. You know, just pick an area of the trail that's close to where you live, and think about if the time off you might have, the motorcycle you have, the gear you might have to get, things like that, and figure out how much of a section you think you could complete in a week. And would you be willing to suck that up and make that a plan and put that on the top of your bucket list and make it happen? I'm really interested in doing something like that. I'm not far from it, and I could surely do a 3 or 4 days, maybe a week. I don't know. I haven't figured out where I would go and where a good turnaround place would be. And I even know a few guys that would probably be on board with making it a guy trip. So yeah, I'd be interested to know if you ever thought about doing the Trans-American Trail, or just sections of it near where you live, just to get a piece of that action. I mean, we bought these adventure bikes for a reason. We might as well go have an adventure. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Whether or not you have an adventure bike or not, let me know what you would do. Let me know if you thought about it. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this vlog, because it's rare that I ever finish a vlog and sign off and say goodbye. So I'm doing that now. Today's Thursday. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Ride safe, be safe, stay out of trouble, and get out there and enjoy the weather before it's too bad to enjoy. I'm out of here.